Any doubts? We have covered data types, constants, variables, all these things are covered. Complete Swift is over. And higher order functions, protocols, extension, error handling, which we have not seen. We see that. Subscripts, generics also we have seen. Subscripts we have seen. ARC and memory management we have seen. iOS application life cycle. UI components like UI window, view, label, image views, which activity indicator view, progress view, table view, collection view, all those things we have seen. Scroll view is one thing which is left. UIV navigation control, tab bar controller, table view controller, image picker controller. All these things are done. User interface designing using auto layout and adaptive size classes, which we have seen. Loading web content. Creating custom views and custom view controls we have seen. Custom views like subclassing, UIV or subclassing, UITableview cell, UI collection view cell, like that. Loading web content on WebKit framework. This we see. And finding user location, which we need to see. Displaying user navigation, this we need to see. Table view control, everything is over. Loading content and refresh, which is left. We see that. Collection, loading the collections, stack views, transferring the data between view controllers, and design patterns, which we need to see. Okay. Then web services, multi-threading, version control system. These are higher level. Web service is the most important thing, and data persistence, core data. These two needs around 5 to 7 days, and multi-threading these takes a week. Unit testing and rest of the things are majorly web services, design patterns, and regarding real-time scenarios like how to use the third-party libraries, local and push notification, multi-threading, like threading concept. Almost 3 weeks are left. Okay, let's see. We see the table, how to refresh the table view and reload, and how to automatically adjust the size of the table view based on the content. Based on the content, I want to adjust the table view cell height. It is very important for interview questions. Definitely, you will face a question on the same. Table view. Set the constraints. Zero gap from the top, zero gap from the leading, zero gap from the trailing, zero gap from the bottom. Table view cell. Okay, I want to make the table view cell is flexible based on the data. Okay, let's see how to do that. First thing what we need to do is set the delegated data source. There are two different ways to do this. Anyways, we see the first way and second way as well. And this is the cell. Let's give the identifier cell. Go here and extension, view controller, table view delegate, table view data source. These two are the things which we are having. Number of rows in section, cell for row and next path. And just let me take some items here. I'll just give some random text. So on text I have given here written items.count. Here I let cell equal to, we can take garlet cell equal to table view dot dequerizable cell with identifier, which is cell, else return UITableview cell. And cell dot text label dot text equal to items of index path dot row. Return cell. This is what we are having. Let's run it. Number of rows in section. What is this? Does not conforms to here. The information is displayed, but it is truncating. Actually, it is the table cell height is not dynamically calculated, right? To do that, by default, how many number of rows will be there in the label, which is by default 1. Text label dot number of lines equal to 0. By default, it is 1. I'm just putting number of lines equal to 1 so that it gets automatically calculated the height of the table cell. This is first approach. Whenever you are using default image like default table cell, if you are using default table cell, this is the approach. Maybe again here, if you want to set some images, maybe again it gives you a, like let's see, adding some images. Let me add these images. Maybe let's change the name of the images. One, two, three, four. Here, set the image. Maybe the size gets changed. Cell dot image view dot image equal to. We're having your image named here. The string is index path dot row. Anyways, we're having 0. We do not have, right? Index path dot row plus 1. Let's see. 0 image is not there. Okay, what happened? Actually, the image size is too large. The image size is too large. That is the reason it is not displayed. It is displayed in. It is very big actually. Okay, in these cases, it does not work. If you see the first image, right? Let me show you the actual image height. First image showing finder. This is the actual image width and height. It tried displaying the entire thing. What happened? The cell height is too big now. Okay, whenever you are dealing with images, there is an issue. Okay, let's see how to fix that. To do that, what we need is we need custom table cell. The default cell only for text, it is dynamically calculated. Even if you're having proper image sizes, it will work. If you are having random image sizes, it will not work. Okay, What I want to do is I just want to take a image view here. Let's see how to set the constraints for this, and let's play. I'm setting a constraints here. Always be in the center. Anyways, first leading constraint I'm giving, which is some 12 pixel or some 20 pixels, and always vertically center, and we have specified what is the X position and what is the Y position. This is having we have not specified any width and height. Let's specify the width and height as well. I'm giving some 100 by 100 or something width and height. This is, let me give 80 width. Height also let me give 80. And then add the text, UI label. You also be like I'll give some standard spacing between the image view on the label, and top spaces some 5 pixel, bottom spaces some 5 pixel, and trailing spaces some 8, 10 pixel, 12 pixels. Okay. Now keep the number of lines equal to 0. This is very, very important. If you put number of lines is equal to 1, it will not increase. It just simply truncates the text. Okay. The third way of using customization I'm showing you here. The third way of using customization. For this, what we can do is there is something called tag. Where is tag? This is tag, right? Let me put some 100 number. For label, I am putting 101. Two different numbers I'm giving here. Okay. Now here I'm asking, instead of using these default stuff, I'll ask if let image view equal to cell dot view with the tag. Cell, do you have any view with the tag? What is the tag? 100. I know this is your image view. Third way of customization without taking the subclassing. If let label equal to cell dot cell, do you have any view with tag 101? I know this is UI label. If it is label, okay, label dot text equal to same text. Image view dot image equal to same image. This is third way of customization. Let's run it. By using tags, instead of taking separate classes, we are using tags. What happened? It is unable to find. What happened? 101, which is label, 100, which is image view. We are able to set the image view, but not the tag or label. Let's see what is the reason. Image view is identified. Label is not identified. Let's see what is the issue with the label. UI label. We're having cell here. We can ask cell with the tag 100. What it is returning, we'll see. Which is returning you the nil. Actually, it is unable to identify, but the same way which we have followed here is unable to identify background view. Try this. Now also it is unable to identify what is the issue, but image view is able to identify image view, content view. What is the issue here? One thing is identifiable, the another thing is not identifiable. 101. Is the tag correct? Lines, we have set lines. So we need to set the tag.
We have given on lines, yeah.
Now we have to set the tag. Only we make the mistakes, not the system. Run it. Yeah, even content you also find. Perfect. Here what happened? Here we the text is bigger and it is perfect. Here the text is smaller, the label height became smaller. And image view is truncating now. Image view is truncating. What we can do is we can make minimum height, like minimum space is this. Minimum is image height. If the label is more than image height, then only we can make our table cell height increases. Here, if you see the content is more, it is perfect. If content is less, so the table cell height is reduced. I want to keep minimum height is that. Little tricky. Anyways, let us try. Minimum height, we need to specify here. How to specify minimum height? You guys can think of it, even I'm thinking. Let me set a height of the label, which is minimum height. Here, there is label constraint. We can set the priority, like label height we have, right? Relationship we have, right? We can make greater than or equal. Minimum is this. That is what I'm telling. Minimum is this. Greater than or equal. Let me try. I don't know if it works. Yes, perfect. Minimum height we have specified here. Relation. Minimum height is this. Height of the label should be either greater than or equal to 88. Basically, we are depending on the label content, right? Also, we are putting one more condition. Label height is minimum 88. That is what we have put here. So that minimum it maintains. If the content is more, automatically it expands. Otherwise, it maintains minimum 88. Okay, these are the different kind of interview questions which we face in real time. This is very, very important. 100% you will face question like how to dynamically increase the height of the table cell, where it is image view. Even for the image view also we can put same thing, but our images are too large. We cannot put here. Our image is too large, so we cannot put. If images are coming proper sizes, then we can depend on the image height also instead of label. We can depend on the image height. Okay, let me write pull to refresh. Whenever I pull down here, I want to add one more item, like hitting the service and fetch the information like that. Let me to do so. In view load, we need an outlet first thing. Will be outlet weak where table view, UITableview. And we also need to add the refresh control, right? That is called IV. Outlet is not required. Anyways, where refresh control equal to UI refresh control. Okay. In VD load, I'm just setting something. And let me add a function. OBSC func add item. I'm adding a new item. How do you add the new item? Items dot append new element, which is a string. Which is string. I'm adding some content here. Some more content I'm adding here. Adding this, and we need to ask table view, but reload data, refreshing. When this method should be called, when user pulls the screen down. When user pulls the screen down, let make it where pulls down. Okay, let me write table view dot add subview, which is a refresh control. Refresh control, add target. Target equals cell 2. We have seen how to add action to the button. Same procedure. Selector means method, which is asking for Objective-C method, which is add item. Add item. For control event, not sure, maybe value change. Value change should be there. Yeah. Once user pulls the screen, this method gets called. Here we need to call start animating. End refreshing. Here start refreshing, end refreshing, and ending the refreshing and adding the item and stopping the refresh control and refreshing the table view. Table view outlet we have created. There is no connection. Let's do that. Table view, your so and so. I'm just pulling it down. New item is added. Actually, new item is added. If you see more content. On cell number 4. Okay, I can add it again. Like, let me reduce the content so that it looks neat. This is how we add the pull to refresh. Whenever you scroll down, the pull to refresh is called. Fourth item is added, stopping the refreshing the table view. Clear? And here itself, we can, if you want to, you can have the text field and have the search functionality. Search functionality also you can have here. You can take, you can simply beautify it actually. This is a view I have taken. Let's set the constraints 0, 0, 0, and height is, let me make it 50. And table view is having, actually we have constraint or the top constraint, right? Let's remove this. Now set the constraint for the table view, which is 14 pixels. Let's make it 0 pixels gap from this view and the table view. We have that. Let me take your text field. I'm just designing. I don't want to add any function here. Just to show you how we can add text field. This is the text field. We can have the placeholder here. Let me take nothing. Enter the placeholder. Placeholder is enter. Search key is the placeholder. And I just want to put, yeah, this is also looking neat. Enter search key. Okay, if you want, you can beautify this. Otherwise, you can simply add one more label or PI view for the underline. I'll just underline it somewhere. Okay, there is a view here. Let me set the color of this to black. System gray. Height, let me make the height of this view is 1 pixel. And set the constraints. Set the constraints. Let me increase the y position here. Now set the constraints. 4 pixels gap. I don't want 4 pixels gap here. And don't want anything here. Height I want. And now we have set vertical spacing and height. There is no exposition, right? For exposition, what I do is this is leading. Wherever the text field starts, it should be starting there. Trailing wherever the text field ends, there it should be ended. Okay, even take it for text field, we have not set anything. Let's set something for the text field. It is 0. Height by default, it contains some height. Anyways, give that 8. 4 is not equal actually. Height we have set as, we have set height. Okay, this is a you can increase the space here, like some 10 pixels you can make. Perfect. Even you can make the line a little thinner. This is the view separator line. You can also change the color to make it a little thinner, and also size, height constraint we have here. Edit this 0.5. Yeah, perfect. Now it is looking neat. Okay. Even you can remove these separators, or you can if you see there is some gap here, you can even remove that spacing. Where is that option? X, Y for the table view. Somewhere it should be there. Separator line. Where the view we have here. X, Y, right. Indentation. Not sure. Somewhere some option will be there to even remove this space and this separator custom. When you said custom, yeah, when you said custom, make it 0. Okay, that's it. No gaps at starting. This is how we can play with the table view. These are the interview questions which are asked on table view, how to do this. And there is one thing called a static table view. If your content is static, maybe even I need to check that, like there are some advanced concept like how to customize that. You guys can do that and explore it. Static table view, basically taking the table view controller and making content static so that you don't need to add the methods, it seems. Anyways, I'll also take a look. You guys can explore. Any doubts here? The most important question again here, coming to the constraints. The constraints contains properties. There are 2 properties like content hugging priority, content compression resistance priority. These 2 are the 2 priorities of the constraints. But 10,000% question this is. Okay. Anyways, I saw that. Yeah, there are 2 labels here. Let's see how to set that. Let me set the color of these 2. Background color I'm setting. Okay. And I'm just setting one label here. Constraint from bottom. It is let's say leading 20 pixels. Trailing some 20 pixels gap I'm maintaining. And from the bottom 187, let's make it 100 or 50. Let's make it 50. It came down. And for this also I do the same thing, like bottom is 100 pixels, maintain the 20 pixels in gap. And here also, here not required actually, because already we have set 20 pixel gap from this label, right? 100 pixels from the bottom and 20 pixels here. What is this? What are the different constraints it has? It has 20 pixels away, 20 pixels leaving. Bottom space is same. Actually, bottom space is 50 here. Yeah, let's make it 50. Okay. We have given 20 only here, but see what is not correct. Label here we are having 2 labels of same priorities. There is nothing. We have not changed any priority here. Okay. Here there is a confusion. Like let me increase the size of the content. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. You are selected. Perfect. Here, the content of these 2 views are same, but Though we have some space here which is not occupying, though we have some space here which is not occupying. Let me remove this. Whenever you remove this, it is working. It actually expanded. It is actually expanded towards this 890 also we have here. It is expanded. When you have some constraint, it is unable to satisfy, because whether to completely occupy this label or whether to completely occupy this label, which label to be expanded is in confusion. The label is in confusion. Which one to expand, this one or this one? If these two are expanded, it is going beyond this line, beyond this leading space, trailing space, because we need to, again, it needs to maintain 20 pixel space. While maintaining the 20 pixel space from the right side, it is, and the labels are unable to, the auto layout system is unable to accommodate the entire content. So it kept quiet. So now what we can do is select the label. What is this? Here we are having content hugging priority, content compression resistance priority. Content compression resistance priority. Let one more thing. Here we have this label constraint, right? The PC priority is 100. Okay, let's make it 750. 750 means little, not, it is not 100% sure you need to satisfy. Let's see what is the status here. It is not 100% sure to satisfy. Okay, if you make this 100%, like 1000%, 1000% means 100%, you need to satisfy that. Only priorities are 3, 250, 750, 500, 1000. It is 100%. Same, basically, I'm just telling you the complete line with the dotted lines. This is basically priority. Very less. I will make it very less. If you make it very less, what happened? It is not even considered. If you make it very less, like 250, it is not even considered. Whenever it is not, whenever it wants to expand, it can expand. When you make it 750, what happened? Only one is expanded. When you make it 100%, it actually taking, either one is expanding and another one is not expanding. Hope the priorities are clear. The required means 100%. The auto layout system treats this is 100% confirm. Anyways, come to the content hugging and content compression resistance. Content hugging priority. This is one thing. And content compression resistance. Horizontally, it needs to expand here now. I'll just make it lesser. I'll just make it content compression resistance priority. Compression resistance priority for this label, which I have reduced. For this, it is 750. Content compression, don't compress. This is high priority, don't compress. Okay, this is content compression priority is less. You can compress. It is compressed. It is compressed to satisfy this, because the priority of this label, the priority, the content compression resistance priority of this second label is higher. Don't resistance, resistance priority. Content compression, whether it should resist or not, no resistance. Okay. Similarly, for height also we can specify. Now here we have vertical, right? Let me make it sorry, horizontal. Horizontally we need to let's make it 250. See what happens. It entirely depends upon your decision whether to which one to increase or which one to expand, which one to not to expand. If we want this to be expanded, for this also I'm making 749. Again, there is issue, because for these two we have told you follow the same thing. These two are having same priority. When there is one is higher, one is lesser priority, I'll make it this 750 and this is 749. Okay, this is expanded. Here only two things: content compression priority, content hugging priority, content hugging priority, content hugging priority, whichever is higher, it only takes that much space. Let's say one label is having lesser space here, lesser content. One minute. Here, content hugging pair. Here again, there is a problem because actually it's supposed to take only some space. Here it is truncating. Here it is not truncating. Let's see what the constraints we have here. 750 here having 749 we are having here. Content compression is higher. Higher means don't compress it. Follow the same thing. Let me make it is lesser. This is 748 and 750 and 748, 749. 750 here. Let's run it. What is the issue here? What happened? Which is the lesser priority, which is already automatically reduced. If it is having higher priority, though the content is less, okay, it will take complete amount, I guess, isn't it? It is occupying 0.9. There is some warnings. There are some warnings. Let's see. Set horizontal hugging priority to 250. Set horizontal hugging priority to 252. Horizontal actually. Horizontal 252. Content hugging priority means the view size should only occupy the amount which is required. Content compression resistance priority means do you want to truncate the label or not? If it is required, whether to truncate it or not. If the priority is high, it will not truncate, otherwise it truncates.